It's March 18, 2019. Welcome back to Destination Pro Wrestling. My name is Tony, and you can follow me on Twitter at Tango with Thango. If you guys want to support the show, all you got to do is click that like button and leave a comment down below. Tell me whether you guys disagree or agree with today's news. And as always, click that subscribe button because we're close to 20,000 subscribers. Very, very big stuff happening here on Destination Pro Wrestling. But I want to actually make a video because DJZ, the former Impact Wrestling X Division champion, has signed with WWE, and he will be reporting to the Performance Center, which this is good news for WWE. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about that deal and why it's a big deal. And this is a very underrated signing. I know some of you guys probably saw the thumbnail and definitely, had question marks pop up in their head. And I get it. I totally understand that. I respect that. But DJZ is a veteran, and WWE needs somebody like DJZ on the roster. And there's some good stuff that comes out of this. And we're also going to talk about WWE making a huge mistake by picking Baron Corbin as Kurt Angle's farewell match. I'm a huge Baron Corbin fan. Always believed in Baron Corbin being a top guy in WWE. Still feel that way. And that's why I absolutely hate this match idea. But we know it's happening, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. So let's kind of talk about the DJZ situation first. What you guys need to know is DJZ confirmed that he is going to WWE. He will be reporting to the Performance Center. And this is the one caveat. This is the one thing I just don't like happening in this situation. I don't believe a lot of people I don't believe if you're signing to WWE, you have to go to NXT or the Performance Center, that type of thing. Like, there's certain guys in this industry that really don't need it. And DJZ does have television experience. I'm sure he'll do pretty cool stuff in the Performance Center. And, obviously that's going to be a good experience for him. But 205 Live needs veterans, and 205 Live needs some names that people are somewhat familiar with, but at the same time, too, people they won't necessarily reject. So, for example, there was a time period where WWE was rumored to move Finn Balor to 205 Live. Now, we all love Finn Balor because we think he is a world title kind of guy. DJZ obviously isn't a world title kind of guy. In my opinion, I don't see him as a world champion contender. Not a big deal. Not everybody in wrestling has to be the world champion. Everybody has a role, and some people fit that role very well. DJZ has charisma. He's really good in the ring, and he's a veteran with TV experience. Yes, I'm not saying Impact had the best production ever, but he's had experience, and these are things that you can teach. And 205 Live isn't a huge priority for WWE to the point where I don't think he needs to really waste his time in NXT or let alone the Performance Center. But DJZ is going to WWE, and this is a good move for WWE because they are getting somebody with charisma. Because 205 Live needs more characters. 205 Live needs more wrestlers. Finn Balor would do great on 205 Live. Finn Balor would bring a lot of attention to 205 Live. But Finn Balor being on 205 Live is just pointless. So, in order for 205 Live to succeed without big names like Finn Balor or Ricochet, you have to bring in DJZ caliber kind of guys. So again, I think this is like a really good deal for WWE because it's such an underrated signing. And not only is it an underrated signing, but there was a lot of interest for DJZ. Zema Ion had a huge run in TNA, and some people might try to shit on that a little bit, but I feel like the way he contributed to Impact Wrestling for the entire time that he was there, whatever he was on TV, he did a really good job. And that's something that a lot of people forget. A lot of people overlook it because maybe they didn't mess with his gimmick. But at the end of the day, his gimmick, his character, that's kind of why wrestling is interesting, because I'm not going to really enjoy every gimmick that I see, but I'm going to respect the person who's playing the gimmick. I'm going to respect them if they're doing a good job. And he did a great job. So, again, it's a really interesting scenario with him. We knew he was leaving Impact Wrestling for a while. He obviously confirmed it. There was rumors that WWE was interested, and now he's going. So, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. And I hope WWE just realizes they don't need to put everybody in NXT. Like, not everybody needs to go to NXT. NXT it's way too filled with people on the roster. It really is. It's not a good thing for WWE. That's starting to become a problem. So get these guys up to 205 Live. They have Humberto Carrillo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but they just moved him randomly to 205 Live, and he's great. And there's a lot of guys that it's just a good wrestling show. Like, for people that love indie wrestling, 205 Live is kind of like WWE's version of that because they really focus on the wrestling. And I know WWE's like sports entertainment, but they need to do something about 205 Live to get people talking about it. And I'm not saying DJZ is going to move the needle, but what I'm saying is he's a really good wrestler, and he's going to put on some really great matches for WWE. And there's a lot of matchups that you could put him in that I think will be successful. So kudos to WWE for getting this signing. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's a good move, bad move? Let me know what you guys think. But we also got to talk about one more thing, because if you didn't watch Raw tonight, then that's kind of a bad thing, maybe. Or maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. It just depends, because lately I haven't been loving WWE television on Monday nights. I watch a lot of it on SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and I'm loving what they're doing there. But with Raw, it's been inconsistent. It's kind of bothered me a little bit. So WWE announced last week that Kurt Angle would announce this week his final opponent for his farewell match, his retirement match at WrestleMania 35. And it comes out that it's going to be Baron Corbin. Like, what? What are you thinking, WWE? You are thinking Baron Corbin is the perfect opponent for Kurt Angle. Now, as of right now, it's a very underwhelming decision by WWE. It's very underwhelming because WWE has a million guys that could compete against Kurt Angle. A million, And I get it. The obvious guy, like Daniel Bryan, for example, he's got a WWE Championship match. I get it, right? There's a lot of dream matches that people want to see. It's just not happening. But Baron Corbin, it just sucks. Like, I like Baron Corbin. I've always thought Baron Corbin's a world title kind of guy. I always believe that maybe Baron Corbin is exactly what WWE is looking for. He's tall. He has an interesting look. He cut his hair. But WWE, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're not doing it the right way, guys. They're putting him with Kurt Angle. This is, we talked about Impact Wrestling, and we've talked about Impact Wrestling and how they've had some really weird booking and creative decisions, but they've always delivered on the matches. This is one of those things that WWE is screwing up on, because WWE is having a really weird booking with a match I just don't have high anticipation for. I love Baron Corbin. I think he's great, guys. I think he could do really good things. Like I said, I think he could be a world champion because he has an interesting look, and he does improve in the ring, and you could tell that he's taking that experience with him. But I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. I thought for sure WWE was going to do a Kurt Angle, John Cena, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, something marquee, something huge, something that would draw people in, and they just didn't do that. They didn't do that this year. It's a very underwhelming match. It's a match that I'm not sure how I really feel. Like, it's a bad decision, and I think it's a really bad decision. I don't think WWE can fix this. I think that they're too deep. WrestleMania is 3 weeks away. Just makes me want to yawn. That's it. I wish I could be lying, guys, but WWE, I feel like, made a really big mistake here. Look, Kurt Angle's great, man, but he's not the same Kurt Angle. This is not a match that I want to see. I don't really rant too much, but here on the channel, I have to be honest. As a huge WWE fan, as a huge Kurt Angle fan, there was just so many better options, and I feel disappointed. I really feel it, guys. I'm yawning. Because it bores me. Like, I'm being serious. The Kurt Angle thing bores me. I don't think I've ever yawned in a video, but, like, I was watching this on TV. Oh, and by the way, Baron Corbin lost to Apollo Crews, so that just shows you how much WWE really has faith in this guy. It's not that I don't agree with the match so much. I just don't think WWE knows what they're doing here in this situation. And I try not to bury WWE too often, but Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle is definitely the wrong decision. But we know Kurt Angle is going to retire to Baron Corbin, and if he doesn't pass the torch here, well, then I don't know what's going on. But do you guys agree with this booking decision? Do you guys disagree? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. My name is Tony. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Tango with Tango. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys click subscribe.